Hi, everybody. This is Garrett Fuller with 10tonhammer.com. I am at the New York Comicon very early on Friday. Bob and I are lucky enough to not have the crazy crowds here to actually do a Warhammer interview. I'd like to introduce you to Bob Mull. He's the Community Relations Director for EA Mythic, handling Warhammer Online. Bob is here to talk a little bit about the game. And from what we've seen in the last couple weeks, everybody's very excited about the guild announcements you guys have made. Tell us a little bit about the guilds and what you're working on, what you're doing for players.
Well, guilds are very important to us. You know, as community, I view them as the core social element of our game, right? Guilds are where people go to find friends, to meet new people, to get out there and do group events. And we really want to focus a lot of the game on encouraging that sort of gameplay. And what we're trying to do is set it up so that guild leaders can easily run their guilds, so that when you set up a guild, people can find the guild, you can advertise about your guild, and people can learn about the guild, what they're about, make sure it's a great fit for the player and the guild. And then we want to add other tools so that the guild leader isn't struggling to keep the guild informed of what's going on and just generally lower the burden for running a guild. I mean, I've run guilds before in multiple MMOs, and it's really a labor of love and can use up a lot of your time even when you're not in game. And we really want to lower the bar on that and make it, enable the guild leader to just enjoy running the guild for once and to, make their guild everything they want it to be.
That's awesome. And as a guild leader myself at one time, it's very nice to know you're going to make it easy on us as the leaders. You obviously being part of community and working with James Nichols and the gang, you're working very hard on the Warhammer Herald.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of the Dark Age of Camelot Herald website. What is the Herald going to do for players? Talk a little bit about what you guys are planning as far as the internet, being able to look up and see where you're at as a player.
Yeah. Well, the Herald has a long and great history, right? And we want to continue that on with Warhammer. So, I mean, if you've seen the site recently, you see we've done some rework on the site. We're making it more visually pleasing, and also adding new elements like the news from the front that recounts the latest elements of the ongoing beta, right? And gives you some insight into the game as it stands. What we want to do also is start to expand that out so you can find out, more about your character. There's going to be a lot of expansions there that will tell you about your character and your guild, what's going on, where you stand on your server, rankings and things like that. So it's going to become really, we're going to try to make it what they say really sticky. We want people to go there and basically live there on the site and just be caught up in Warhammer, what's going on, what their friends are doing, where they stand against everybody else. So it'll be exciting.
Everybody loves looking up their stat. I mean, that's proven in video games for thousands of years. Who had the highest score? Who's got the best thing? So let's just do a quick hypothetical. Let's say I'm a guild leader or you're a guild leader, and we have the top RVR guild in Warhammer right now. We're very proud of ourselves. We're also playing Destruction. What is it that we can find on the Herald that'll really help us out?
Well, there's going to be more sections added on, right? Which we're not. As you can see, there's a button up there we haven't, unlocked yet, right? But what we're going to have is an area where you can go in and find out where your guild stands versus all the other guilds on the server, across servers, where your character stands, how many banner captures there are, all that kind of nice nitty-gritty detail, so my guild rocks, or my guild's third from the top, or we need to go beat on these guys more, right? I mean, the guilds, there should be a lot of rivalry there. You think about banners, and guilds will have banners, and guilds will focus. A lot of guild-on-guild battles will focus around those banners and trying to take them from their opponents and stuff. And there'll be a lot of pride, and it builds both realm pride and guild pride that way. So it's fun.
It's definitely exciting. I know. You guys are still in beta. Obviously, there was a slew of comments the last couple of weeks. We got a chance to talk to Mark about moving the game to the fall.
Yeah.
So I won't bug you about any of that. But what I want to know is how's the beta testing going? You're doing a great idea with this focus testing you guys have been talking about. And how is it working out in beta? What are you looking for in the next couple of months as feedback from your beta testing?
Well, like you said, the focused approaches work really good for us. I mean, the beta testers are great. They continue to amaze us with the quality of their feedback, and it's really an iterative process. We, focus the testers on different elements. They just go out there and beat it into the ground, and then, they give us a lot of feedback, and then we go through a process of, examining that, what works, what didn't, and keep building on that. So, last phase, it was all High Elf, Dark Elf, and that was great. Now we've moved on to a new phase, which there'll be information about soon on the website. But, really, we're just having them beat the game right now as much as possible, because it's really about polishing the game. So we've got a lot of it down to where we think it works well, but there's still a lot of, there's rough edges in there, and the testers are out there finding all those for us so we can fix them.
I think that's fantastic. It's great to know that you guys are taking things like game balance so seriously to give it to the beta testers and let them really give you the feedback. I think that's excellent. My last question, Bob, and the best one that everyone likes to answer is you've seen a lot. We've seen Warhammer now since about 2005 when it was announced. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
What's the one thing about the game that you've seen that you really want to talk to the viewers about? What's your favorite part of the Warhammer game right now?
I would have to say RVR and Keeps and Sieges. I love Public Quest. I love a lot of the game. I love all the game, really, but all at different times. But I like to play a lot of first-person shooters, and then I get into RVR, and I just have that mentality where I want to mix it up with everybody, and it is just so much fun to get in there, and I have my Shadow Warrior or my Bright Wizard or whatever it happens to be, and sometimes I'm coming out ahead, and sometimes I'm getting nuked in a second. The flow and ebb of battle is great, and I really enjoy that aspect of it, and it feels like I am contributing to the game. So that's pretty much it for me.
Guys, this is Garrett Fuller with Bob Mull, the Community Relations Director for EA Mythic. We're at New York Comic Con, and we will see you in Warhammer this fall.